Hello, hello out there. If you're out there, I'm just signing on here, just getting set up here. So bear with me for a few minutes. We got a few minutes before we get started. All right, thank you. Um, Let me see. I'm just getting set up for the out there. We don't start till 8, a few minutes after 8, but I just need to get people in. So just bear with me, and we'll get started in about 3 or 4 minutes. We're here just getting set up, so I know it's quiet, but just bear with me while we get some people invited in, that people get enough time to log on, okay? So just bear with me. If you're out there, and do me a favor and share the video, I would appreciate that. Tag some people in, and we'll get started. Hello, my friend, buddy. I see you out there. We're just waiting for some people to log on. It's early yet. Got a few minutes, so we're just going to wait a few minutes. Okay, so we're just waiting for some people to log in. So. Hey guys, I see you out there. Hello, hello Harriet, hello Katrina. We're just waiting for some more people to log in. Takes a few minutes. I don't want to get started and then people miss the opening. So just bear with me for another couple of minutes and we'll get started shortly. If you could do me a favor and share the video, I'd appreciate it. Okay, guys, I see people are hopping on, so we're just gonna give them a chance to hop on, and then I will be with you, I promise you, in like 2 minutes. We'll go ahead and get started, and everybody will just have to catch up on the replay. Okay, so if you could do me a favor and tag somebody, share the video, tag somebody, let them know we're on, and we'll get started in just a minute. Okay, guys, we're not going to wait any longer. It is 8:05. We're going to go ahead and get started, and then people can catch up as they come on, and I'll also do a replay later. So look, how's everybody? For those who don't know me, my name is Tom Waters, motivational speaker from WATERSpeaks, and welcome to my Monday night Facebook Live WATERSpeaks Motivational Moment. And I do these every Monday pretty much around the same time at 8 o'clock. So thank you for joining me. I hope everybody had a really good week. I know it's getting a little crazy and it's getting cold, but nevertheless, we're alive. So let's be glad to be alive. So tonight I have another motivational moment. It's a little different than what I normally do. So I'm just going to ask you to bear with me. First of all, let me say thank you for the response that I got from last week's motivational moment entitled Humpty Dumpty's Mistake. I got a lot of feedback, a lot of positive response from Humpty Dumpty's Mistake last week, and I thank you for that. And if you get a chance, you can go back on my page, you can see it, or you can go to my YouTube channel, Thomas Waters, and it's posted right there, Humpty Dumpty's Mistake. So, and keep in the midst of the nursery rhyme thing, or things, I found another story, a nursery rhyme, whatever you want to call it, that I wanted to talk about tonight and give you some motivational points on. Last week I told you Humpty Dumpty's Mistake. Tonight's entitled Be Like Jack. You see, last week I asked you not to make some of the mistakes that Humpty Dumpty made. But tonight I'm going to encourage you and motivate you to do some of the things that be like Jack. And if you don't know which Jack I'm talking about Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. We all grew up with a nursery rhyme. We all know or should know the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't have the time, unfortunately, to go through the whole thing. So if you're not familiar with it, when you get a chance, just go on and read Jack and the Beanstalk. But for a few minutes tonight, I want to point out some things about Jack and the Beanstalk that I think are going to encourage you, motivate you, and help you make that push through this year and into next year. So number one, Jack and the Beanstalk starts off like his mother, Jack and his mother, like many of us in 2020, are going through a hard time. Their finances are difficult. They're running out of money. They're trying to make ends meet. Does that sound like you or anybody else on here? We're in 2020, and because of COVID, money's tight for a lot of people. Jobs have dried up. We just don't have the resources that we used to have, and we're trying to do everything that we can do to make ends meet. So Jack's mother tells Jack to go and sell their prize cow, Bessie, so they could get enough money to get some seeds to put in the ground for a crop. So Jack takes the cow and goes on his way. And on the road, Jack runs into a man who he does not even know, but the man knows Jack. And here's the first encouragement I want to give you tonight. For those of you who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business people, working a hustle on the side, you may think that somebody does not know you, but I'm here to tell you tonight that somebody knows you. Somebody knows your name. That contact that you're looking for or waiting for is just around the corner. Somebody does know you. You just have not met them yet. So be encouraged, because Jack did not even know how this man knew his name, but this man knew Jack. And as the story goes on, the man's talking to Jack. And the second thing he says to Jack is that because you've been such a good son. Once again, Jack don't know this man from a can of paint. But somewhere along the line, Jack's character got revealed to this man. So now, not only did the man know Jack's name, he knew of Jack's character. He knew that Jack was a good man. Ladies and gentlemen, your character will take you so many places that the rest of you can't. Character is the one thing that people are looking for when you are doing business. If you are a business person, a solopreneur, entrepreneur, what is your character? Your character should speak for you, because it is your character that will make people want to continually do business with you. If you have a bad character or if you have a bad reputation, nobody is going to want to do business with you. So now we have it. We have Jack who's on his way there in a desperate time. He meets a stranger who knows him already, and now he meets the stranger also again who knows his character. So now the man begins to talk to Jack, and what the man does is so amazing. He turns around and he hides and he looks and he makes sure nobody is looking, and then he reveals these beans to Jack. Let me stop right there. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't always have to let everybody know every move that you are making. Let me say that again. You do not have to let everybody know every move that you are making. Some people talk too much. You got a bright idea, you got this going on, you got that going on. Sometimes you just let it unfold and let it be seen without you talking about it. Because somebody will come along and steal your idea and take it as their own and then take credit for you. Sometimes it's just good to keep your mouth shut and let your work speak for itself. So as we're going into 2020, whatever you're planning on doing next year, you don't have to broadcast it to the whole world, because if you're doing it and if you're going to do it, it will show and the world will see it. You don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to announce it. Number 3, so now the man tells Jack about these magical beans. Magical beans, he tells me he had these magical beans that grow up tall. So Jack is like, he looks at this as an opportunity. It wasn't what he was set out to do, but in Jack's mind, this was an opportunity to get the much needed money that his family needed. Somewhere along the line in Jack's mind, he thought that he could probably get more money from these beans than what he could get from selling the cow. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be willing to recognize an opportunity when it presents itself to you. Not every opportunity is going to come neatly wrapped up in the package. Not every opportunity is going to come along the way that you think that it should. But you have to have foresight to look to say, it may look unusual, it may sound strange, but it's a good idea and I'm going to try it. How many successful businesses do we have out there right now that look strange, but because the person saw it and recognized it as an opportunity? We've got Facebook Live, we've got Instagram. These things were strange to people years ago, but somebody saw it as a wonderful opportunity, and here we are. Every opportunity does not come the way you expect it. It is your job as a business person, whatever you're trying to do, to recognize the opportunity when it presents itself to you. So now Jack decides, I'm going to get these magical beans. So here's the next point. Jack was willing to take a risk. I'm going to say that again. Jack was willing to take a risk. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in business and even in life, sometimes you gotta be willing to take a risk. You gotta step out into the water and see what happens. if you are going to be an entrepreneur, a business person, or whatever you're trying to do, you got to be willing to take a risk. Ladies and gentlemen, if 2020 hasn't not taught you anything, it should have taught you the fact that you cannot do normal anymore. Business as normal and business as usual is not working. You've got to be willing to take a risk. You have to. You cannot call yourself a business person or anything of that sort without taking a risk. And that's almost in every area of our lives. If you're a student, you got to take a risk. You're on your job, you got to take a risk to go for that new job. Even if you don't have the experience, you take the risk because you never know what's going to happen. Jack saw these magical beans, and in his mind, he decided, I'm going to take a risk on this. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are taking a risk this year? How many risks have you taken in your lifetime that have turned out to be very beneficial to you? Don't be afraid to take a risk. So now, here's where the story gets a little crazy. Because now Jack has these beans. He takes these beans home to his mother. His mother says, well, you got that kid kind of quickly. You must have sold the cow kind of quickly. And Jack begins to explain about these magical beans. And his mother immediately gets upset. She's upset. And here's the next point you need to make. You see, Jack's mother couldn't see his vision. She could not see the opportunity that might be in front of them. She didn't even give them a chance to explain it. All she could see was the urgent need, and she couldn't see past it. You see, sometimes we're deceived because all we see is the lack, and sometimes we just take the time to stop and take a look and see that there's an opportunity right in front of us, but she couldn't see that because they didn't have no food, they had a lack of money, so all she saw was a need, and what she saw what Jack did was a waste. So now, she didn't see Jack's vision. And here's the next lesson. Now Jack goes upstairs because she's crying. He's disappointed. Now he's got to deal with the disappointment that he's caused his mother. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the next point I want to make. In life and business, there's going to be disappointments. You have to prepare yourself to handle the disappointments because not everybody is going to agree with what you're trying to do. You're not going to get the loan. You may not get the loan the first time you go out for it. You might not get that job the first time you go out for it. Disappointments happen in life, but it's how you handle the disappointment that separates the strong men from the weak men. You've got to expect disappointments to come. 2020 has been a year of disappointments for so many of us. The majority of us have been disappointed one way or another. We've lost loved ones, we've lost income, we've lost friends, we've lost jobs, we've been disappointed. But the question that I have to ask you and encourage you, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay disappointed or are you going to get up and keep it moving? And this is what Jack did. He went upstairs that night, he was so mad and so disheartened, he threw the beans out the window and went to sleep. Disappointed. But, lo and behold, now comes morning. Now comes a brand new day. And Jack looks out the window. And what does he see? This beanstalk going all the way up into the sky. Here's another point. Just because today looks grim, tomorrow could be a brand new day. 2020 looks grim, and it has been grim. But we need to look forward to 2021. We cannot hold on to the grimness and the sorrow that we've experienced in 2020. We got to look forward to 2021. As a matter of fact, I want to encourage you tonight to begin to look forward today. Don't wait till January. Believe that something good is going to happen to you before the year is out. Pick back up your vision again, your dream, whatever it is, and start working on it now. Don't let the disappointment and the things that have gone wrong this year stop you. Pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and keep on moving. So now, here we go. Jack looks out there, now he sees this beanstalk. So now he's got this whole burst of energy because now he has been renewed. He has been restored. He's ready to go out here and see what this is about. So he goes out there and he sees the beanstalk and he goes up and decides he's going to climb up this beanstalk. he's going to pursue his dream. He's going to pick up what he started. Somewhere along the line, he started this process. He's determined now to finish the process. As they say, he was going to go on and see what the end is going to be. So, not knowing what was going to happen, he gets up there and he starts climbing up this beanstalk. And as the story goes on, once he gets up there, he runs into a woman, some things happen, but the main thing that's happened is, and this is what you have to be prepared for, and my pastor said this yesterday, once you take a step forward, you have to expect trouble to come along the way. Jack's trouble came in the form of a giant. The woman's husband, who was preparing breakfast, who had this penchant for wanting to eat little boys, eat young men. And Jack was now in trouble. He was hiding in a pot. And along the way, he discovered there was also a heart lady there and a hen that laid golden eggs. So now the husband kept somebody, I smell a little boy, like I smell something. See, somebody around you will smell your success get ready to happen to you and try to take it away from you. Somebody around you can see where you're going more than you can and try to knock you down. You have to be so on your game that you cannot let anybody knock you down from where you're going. You have to be the one that believes when nobody else believes. Because I'm telling you, somebody sees the greatness in you even if you don't see it in yourself. And some people are going to be jealous and try to do everything they can to knock that out of you. You got to stand strong and you got to believe. So as the story goes, the wife, lies to her husband. She lies to her husband. I need some water. 1 second. Okay. No worries. I don't have COVID. I just got a test yesterday. Last week I got my results today. I'm good. So now Jack has decided that he's got to get out of here. So he starts to running, but along the way, he's running from the giant. He spots this woman, this heart woman, who's not happy, and he spots a sickly chicken that lays the golden eggs. So now Jack decides to take off, but he hears the woman. He feels sorry for the heart woman. So what does he do? He goes back and he grabs her and he grabs the chicken. Another point. You have to be willing to help somebody along the way. Let me say this again. You need to be willing to help somebody along the way. I don't care how much trouble you're in. I don't care how difficult your situation has been. You need to be willing to help somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, I know money is tight right now. Things are hard right now. But if you can help somebody, put a smile on somebody else's face, whatever you do, but if you can help somebody reach their dream, you got to be able to help somebody along the way in the midst of your trouble, in the midst of your adversity. And this is what Jack did. As he was running, he stopped and he grabbed that heart lady and he grabbed the chicken and he took off and he started climbing down the tree, and the giant came running after him. And as Jack is climbing down the tree, he screams out to his mother to get the axe for him. Here's another point I want to make. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are in trouble, it is okay to ask for help. I'm going to say that again. When you are in trouble, your business is in trouble, whatever's going on, it is okay to ask for help. Jack knew that he had to cut that tree down, but he knew that he needed to call his mother so she could run and get the axe. So by the time he reached the ground, he could have that axe and he could chop that tree down. Ladies and gentlemen, pride is going to stop and has stopped a lot of people from progressing because we don't want to ask for help. Some people make you think you look weak. It does not make you look weak to say, I need help. If your business is suffering If you're suffering, if you're in need, it does not hurt to cry out for help and say, I need help. Jack knew that if he was going to get away, if he was going to stop that giant from coming all the way down that tree after him, because remind you, he had stolen the giant's prime possessions. He knew he needed help. So Jack got that axe and he chopped the tree down. And the story says that he chopped the tree down because he had been used to cutting trees. He had built up resistance and muscle. Ladies and gentlemen, let me help you understand something. This should not be the first time if you're in business or living life you run across hardships. So you need to take all the things that you've done before to get through a hardship and use that to help get you through this hardship. Stop acting like you haven't faced hard times before. Maybe not as difficult as it is right now, but I promise you, somebody on here has been broke before. Somebody on here has lost their job before. We've experienced death before, and I'm not making light of it. We've experienced sickness before. Not making light of it, but at the end of the day, if you've lived on this earth a while, you've experienced these things. And if you survive them, then you have the skill and the know-how to survive it again. And that's what Jack did. Jack, because he had used his muscles chopping down the tree all along, he had the strength that he needed. And what I'm trying to say to you tonight is you have the strength that you need to make it through 2020. You got the strength that you need to make it through the first quarter of 2021. Let me not pull any punches. We still got a rough road ahead for a few months. But how are you going to handle it? Because if you made it this far and you still managed to be alive, it says to me, you can make it a little further. And that's what Jack did. Now here's the thing that I love the most. Once Jack had got down and chopped down the tree and the giant was gone, his mother and him, first of all, they took care of the sickly chicken. And the sickly chicken, because it was taken care of, started producing the golden eggs, the good eggs. And Jack and his mother were able to sell so many eggs that they could buy the seed that they needed, they could pay their bills. They were able to even invite people over for dinner with a harp sang. So here's the gist of the story. Here's what I'm trying to get to. What you need doesn't always come the way you expect it. You have to have enough insight, discernment, if you want to call it that. You have to look at an opportunity and say that may work for me. We cannot rely on what we have done previous years. As a speaker, I have had to have the insight to change my business because I cannot get on live stages right now. I cannot. So I had to find opportunities that would allow me to do what I do and bring in some income. And you know how I did that? I started teaching online. I started hosting webinars. You know, now I have my YouTube channel up. You know, I've started doing Instagram Live. There are a variety of different things that you've got to do. We can't go back to what it was. You got to expand your mind and see, what can I do now? That's what Jack did. Jack saw the opportunity that was presented for him. He took the risk, and at the end of the day, they ended up much better than what they had previously thought. See, if you take the risk, you get out there and you step out, and I'm going to go this way, and you step out on faith and you believe, you can make it. You can probably come out better than what you thought. We can't stay in the box, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 should have kicked you out of that box. If you're still in that box right now, you need to get out the box. There's an opportunity probably right in front of your face, but you're scared to take the risk. I encourage you tonight. I came on here to motivate you tonight. Don't be afraid to take the risk. You never know what's going to happen. Make sure your character is right at all times. Understand this. Somebody knows your name. You may not have met them yet, but somebody knows your name. A door is going to open for you because somebody knows you. You just haven't connected yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. You got to hold on. You got to believe. You got to do what you can do. And then you got to trust God to do the rest. Jack and the Beanstalk. Wonderful story. Be like Jack. Take the risk. Even when his mother did not believe in him, even when she couldn't see the vision, he didn't put the vision down. He got frustrated for a minute, but he woke up in the morning, and once he saw that the beanstalk was up, he renewed his hope, he renewed his faith. He climbed up that tree because he had already started. Why stop your business now because things are kind of bad? You've already started. Why would you give up now what you've been working so hard on for the past 2 or 3 years? I refuse to stop my business now. I left a good paying job to start my business. No, it hasn't gotten to where I know it's going to get to, but I was willing to take the risk. And I see opportunities as they come, and as they come my way, I take them. And I keep holding on. And even when I have a day or a moment where I'm kind of down, I pick myself up because tomorrow is full of possibilities. And I understand that as long as I live to see another day, my blessing, my open door, my new opportunity could be one day away. Ladies and gentlemen, be like Jack. Be like Jack. Take the risk. Make sure your character is intact. Don't let anybody discourage you from what you're trying to do. Hold on. Hard times don't last always, but hard people do. You've got it in you. You've already made it before. You can make it again. My name is Tom Waters, motivational speaker from WATERSpeaks, and I thank you for joining me tonight. I hope this motivational moment encouraged you, because at the end of the day, I just want you to believe and have faith and hold on. 2020 won't be here always, but take the lesson from Jack. There are things that you can be doing. There are things that you should be doing. Get out of your way. Get out of your way. Some of you are in your own way. Get out of your way. Take the risk. See the opportunity and go for it. I mean, after all, what have you got to lose? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate this. I hope this encouraged you. I hope you were blessed tonight. I hope you see tomorrow as a new opportunity. As long as you wake up, continue to believe that something will happen for you even before the year is over, and believe that things are going to turn around. 2021 is going to be a good year. I declare it and I decree it. Thank you. Updates. I don't have any updates right now because I'm working on a couple of things and I'm not ready to reveal those yet. So I'm going to hold off on those. I do want to tell you that my YouTube channel is up now. So you can find me on YouTube under Thomas Waters. I will post this video to YouTube either tonight or tomorrow. I will also probably post this to my Instagram page. You can find me there. I'm going to start doing some more things on Instagram because I need to expand my reach. And this is what I'm talking about. There are other ways to do it. There are other opportunities. Facebook Live cannot be the only opportunity I use to get my name out there. It's a big world out here. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I need you to do. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Be safe out there. Please, 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 please wear your mask. Wear your mask. Social distance. Wear your mask. It's the only way we're going to get through it. God bless you. Thank you.